It's a bear. Good morning. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzma with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. We've almost made it through the week. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Thank goodness. Beautiful day out there, too, for my local peeps, my local customers out there that are watching me. 74 degrees, man. I thought we were like into our summertime again already, and it does this. It goes and surprises us with a beautiful 74-degree day. Look at the ocean out there, too. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure if I want it to stay like this over the weekend because, believe it or not, that's not good for fishing when it's flat as hell like that. At least not the type of fishing that I like to do. So let's move along from here. That's the Windjammer Resort and Beach Club live cam, which is actually just a few blocks down from me. If you walk straight down this pier and straight down that little street, you will find me. So if you come and visit me for the first time, make sure that you pay for an hour's worth of parking and take a walk down here, get yourself a drink or a cup of coffee or something to eat. Very nice area here I live in and have my business in. Let's take a look at the screenshot here. What dealers pay for gold and silver. And this is something that I think is very important for most of you. There's some illusions out there. Now, there are some dealers out there that are really cheap and disreputable. I mean, some. They're not all of them, but usually it's a small few that make everyone else that look bad. You know, it's the same thing in every field. You know, police have that issue as well. Politicians, I'm sure out there's a good politician somewhere. I like Rand Paul, and just because all the other ones are bad doesn't make Rand Paul bad. So, sorry about that. I guess you could say the same thing about one of your favorite politicians out there. Well, anyway, I'll move along from politics. I was just saying is that there are some bad apples out there, some bad players, and there's a lot of good players as well. And a lot of people think that, well, all dealers are just trying to buy the stuff as cheap as they can, and all dealers get the most they can. Well, you know, I think that's true to some point. It's true to the point where, you know, you need to make a profit. Profit is not a dirty word. I learned that many, many years ago. I learned it from the strangest person, too. I won't go into that right now, but I learned that profit is not a dirty word, and it certainly is not. Obscene profit, ripping people off, that's dirty a little bit, but you know, profit's not a dirty word, and making a fair profit is certainly, and there's nothing wrong with that. Before I get into this, and one of the other things I want to tell you, there's so many experts out there. You know, my expertise lay in, I've been doing this since 1977, started working for my father in 77 part-time after schools, and then during the 80s I kind of got full-time into it, so I've been in this business for quite some time now. And I know it pretty well. My expertise is in physical metals. My real expertise, or one of my other expertises, is rare coins and rare paper money, U.S. and world. Not many people know that, but I've been doing precious metals for quite some time. And the truth of the matter is I can teach anyone. I've taught so many employees that have worked for me how to buy and sell millions of dollars worth of gold, silver, and platinum. It's not rocket science to learn this stuff. It's, you know, your timing. If you want to be a day trader, there's a lot of rocket science behind that, and luck mostly. Again, if you're playing day trader with precious metals, it's mostly luck, and that's the truth of the matter. I'm all about my business has always been, and we've always promoted precious metals as a way to preserve wealth, not a get-rich-quick scheme. Now, can you make a lot of money quickly? Yes, that can happen, but I've always promoted gold as a way to preserve your wealth, especially in times of economic and political turmoil. This is where gold and silver shine their best. But one of the things, there's so many experts out there, so many so-called experts on YouTube. I can tell you there's probably more experts on YouTube than there are in all the corporate media combined when it comes to gold, silver, and precious metals. I don't think CNBC, Forbes, Fox Business, MSNBC News, again, any of those, Wall Street Journal, especially the Wall Street Journal. I got rid of my subscription some time ago. They were about worthless as tits on a log. But none of those corporate media people have any expertise whatsoever in precious metals. So if you're getting any of your advice and your news from any corporate media sources on gold, silver, and platinum, I can tell you from my expertise in dealing in physical over all these years, those people are idiots. They have no clue what they're talking about, and you're going to go broke if you listen to them. Again, that's the truth. at least my opinion of the truth. So as far as experts go, there are experts out on YouTube. I've heard some very smart people out there. There's some very smart people online in general, not just on YouTube, I should say. However, there's a lot of bullshit and a lot of nonsense out there as well. And it's tough. I know it's got to be tough when it's not your field, it's not your line of work, not your expertise. It's tough to pick out the bullshit from who's real and who knows what they're doing. Well, part of me, and again, this is one of the things I want you to do too. Think for yourself. Always question authority. Question me. People do all the time. I'm not offended by that. In fact, I think it shows that people are genuinely thinking for themselves. So I always say question authority, but don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Just because one dealer says something or one person, so-called expert, says something that's nonsense. And again, like I said, never listen to corporate media. But you find some experts and says something that's total nonsense. Don't throw all the dealers out or everybody out with don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. So think for yourself and always question authority. And as I said, one of the things I want to do here is I've taught employees how to buy and sell gold, millions of dollars worth of gold. Many employees too. I can't tell you. In fact, I am training people right now. I am training a young lady that's a great young lady that started out as a waitress. Now, you're going to laugh, but I am training her how to buy and sell physical precious metals. Like I said, folks, it's not rocket science, but once you learn it and if you listen to what I'm telling, she listened to what I'm telling her, which she is, and she's doing a good job, she'll become a good precious metals physical trader. In the retail end of it, and even a little bit in the wholesale end of it, if I can train her in that area. And again, her background is from becoming a waitress. It's, again, not rocket science, and I'm not taking anything away from her either, because it does take a certain personality to be able to do this. First off, you have to have a good personality to deal with people. The second thing is you have to have that's the problem with most coin dealers and most local stores, precious metal stores, is that their owners have the personality of a fucking peanut. So that'll turn you off, but no less, you can get over that. People are who they are. But the thing is what I'm trying to do is teach you what I've taught my employees over the years. Now, I can't show you the machinery, the equipment we use to determine what gold is, and I can a little bit, and I will get into that at some time, but I can give you prices, information, and other things. And one of the things I don't tell my employees is I don't give them ideas, I don't tell them about news and events that's coming up. I just want them to buy and sell. And understand the premiums and the discounts. Know where to get it, know where to sell it. So I'm not here to teach them about the gold to silver ratio. That's up to them if they want to do that. But one of the things that I am showing you that I haven't shown my employees, again, is gold to silver ratio, my opinion on precious metals, where it's going, and that kind of thing. Well, it didn't mean to go long-winded on you, but the one thing I did want to really emphasize is, well, first we're going to talk about what dealers pay for gold and silver. And I went long-winded on that because we just started talking about dealers. It's easy to go long-winded when you're talking about dealers. And the other thing I wanted to emphasize is think for yourself, question authority, and that I am here to give you tools. I'm not here to make decisions for you. So I'm here to give you tools that'll help you make better decisions. That's my whole point here. And again, my point here is to make money as well. I am a local precious metals and coin dealer. The point of my videos on YouTube here is, and profit's not a dirty word, I'm here to make a profit. I'm here to get my local customers to come in rather than go to any other local dealers, and I'm doing a great job of that. I'm getting customers to come in here rather than order from APMEX, rather than order from JM Bullion, rather than order from SD Bullion. Why? Because I'm local, I'm small, you can keep the money here, and I will match or beat their prices when and where I can. So I am here to make money, absolutely. But you know what? If I educate my local customers on how to be better buyers, it's just less questions I have to answer later, and I don't have to answer questions. I don't have to worry about somebody that just didn't do any homework on the subject, got in and got out, and then just started talking about what bad advice I gave them, which is total nonsense. So my whole point here is to teach people even before they come into my store, and I do have a profit motive behind this. So now that I got that out of the way, I'll talk about dealer prices and some other things. I'll get through this video. I'll try not to make it very long. Although we do seem to average between 30 and 40 minutes. Sorry about that, folks. I just kind of start blabbing. Let's see what happened with prices yesterday. I forget what the coin said. Anyone want to pause my video and take a look what the coin did for yesterday? I think the coin was right. I think it showed a bear yesterday. I think the market was down. Showed a bear this morning again. Oddly enough, it was just ringing up the bulls. We were getting a bull market. Coin's kind of been scarily accurate. So Tough to say, but let's take a look at what's happened this morning. I suspect, I have not looked at the Dow or equity markets or the bond market or anything else yet this morning. I suspect that that's all down, and we are seeing down markets right now in gold, silver, and platinum. What does this mean? This means buy the frickin' dips. Will it go lower than this 1800? Well, it's very possible, and same thing with silver and platinum. However, I think we're range bound, and if it does go lower than 1800 on gold, unless we have what I talked about yesterday, a complete market collapse like we did in 2008, I don't see gold hitting that level it was 3 or 4 weeks ago, that low 1700. Maybe mid 1700s. I kind of doubt it, though. I think we're going to just see these high 17s if we see the 17s and stay in this 18 range. And same thing with silver. Silver, I just think we're going to see in this $25 to $27 range here. Though I suspect, we'll see some monkey hammering, and I kind of think that's what we're seeing today. But part of the monkey hammering has to do, again, with equity markets probably being down, bond markets being down across the board. And as I said in yesterday's videos, wow, look at platinum got pretty whacked too. It was in the high mid-12s there. So anyways, this just provides you an opportunity to buy the dips if you haven't. If you thought, if you're don't panic. If you're new, don't panic and think, oh gosh, it's going down, I'm going to sell. That'd be the stupidest thing you did in your life, in my opinion. Then again, it's just my opinion. So what I'm thinking here is this is a good opportunity to buy the dips. Yesterday I talked about the big crash. We could see a giant crash in precious metals, and we probably will this year. But I'm not going to go through that again. If you watch yesterday's video, you realize what I'm talking about. The big crash I'm talking about is a similar type crash we saw in 2008 when we saw gold go from mid 1200s to $800 an ounce overnight after the 2008 October crash. I mean, gold and silver crashed too, but you couldn't buy any gold and silver physical. You could buy paper though. But again, I digress. We could see that type of environment happen again. I believe that if we see a giant stock market crash of the proportions or larger we've seen in '08, that you will see gold and silver do a flash crash as well. That's what I'm going to call it, flash crash. It's going to flash crash because it won't last long, while the rest of the market will be pretty tanked. So good opportunities to buy here, in my opinion. I still think this is the year that we are going to see $2,500 gold, and we're going to see, just depends on when this crash happens, and at some point it's going to. Everyone's like expecting it. At one time no one wanted to point out the king has no clothes. Now people are kind of opening up, or the emperor has no clothes. Now people are kind of opening up one eye and going, oh my gosh, we're getting close to that point, aren't we? So, and I think we all feel like that. It's like watching a bubble, not a bubble, but it's like watching a balloon being blown up by someone, with the helium tank, and you're watching the balloon, and all of a sudden this balloon is getting much larger than all the other balloons in the pack. And all of a sudden it's almost double the size, but it still hasn't broken. And you start to cover your ears up a little bit, and you start to winch a little bit in preparation for the blast that you're going to hear. Well, that's where we're at right now in the economy, I believe. The world economy, not just the domestic economy, and the world economy. I believe, well, when America goes down, we're going to take everyone else down with us. That's pretty much the truth. Maybe not China so much, but yeah, they will go with us. So I think we are at that point in the economy and politics too, where the balloon is double the size of we've ever seen it, triple, quadruple, whatever you want to call it. And all of us have been sitting here for years now, winching and just waiting for this balloon to burst. You kind of got my scenario on that. So anyway, where are we at? 1800s, low 1800s, high 26s and low 12s on platinum. Good opportunity to buy. It's going to go higher. Don't worry about it. Take an opportunity to buy the dips when you can. Oh, I got to take a sip of coffee here, man. I'm just talking there. It's hard to do these things sometimes. Give me 1 second here. Yes, like my coffee black too. And stock, and nope, here, I don't know why I'm on that particular page, but let's take a look at ZH. As you know, I like the fact that they have all different kinds of viewpoints and narratives here. FUD, Elon Musk. Last time, again, I didn't get a chance to really go over this. I didn't see too much news or anything to do with precious metals on ZH, so to speak. Lots of political stuff, lots of economic stuff. All this stuff being bad for the economy that we're reading here and things that we're seeing are good for gold and silver and precious metals. Boy, I hate to sound like that. I hate to sound that say that negative stuff is good for metals, but it is the truth because there's no other place to go. All right. Again, not too much to read here. I kept going up and down. Sorry to make you dizzy there. I'd suggest, though, if you're new to my videos here, and again, I told you I wanted to teach you things, teach you how to do your own stuff. ZH should definitely be on your reading list here. Put it on your bookmarks bar. There's some bullshit in ZH, and there's some good stuff, good nuggets in here that you can use. You need to be smart enough, again, to question authority, question what you're reading, but always look for alternative, different sources, unlike what you get with corporate news, the single narrative. Let's move along to gata.org too. Sorry to sound like a broken record for you people that have been listening, but if you're new to these videos, you must have gata.org on your bookmarks bar. If you do not have it on your bookmark bar, and you're not reading it at least once a week, then you better give up your gold and silver stacker card, because you really don't know what you're doing or where you're going. And this is the truth. If you don't know how markets are manipulated, you don't know how they're played, you're just probably not going to win unless you get lucky. So again, this is one of those sites that I'm going to point out to you that'll help you learn how the game is played, learn how the game is manipulated, and you should be reading the articles in this once a week at least. Not too much new here. They don't update daily like a lot of other news, like the News Hub GH, which is a news hub. It has all different kinds of authors and different kinds of publications that post in ZH. This publication is kind of more narrowed into talking about industry things as far as manipulation of gold and silver prices, who does it, and some other things. I like it. Inflation will push metals past price capping. We don't need to click that article. I don't, because I already read it, number one, and if you haven't read it, I suggest you do. But it kind of goes into what we've been talking about. We're looking at a commodities boom coming up here. And interestingly enough, China is trying to tamp down this commodities boom, because they understand that it's going to cause major inflation in China. What does that mean in China? Does that mean price capping, where they start saying you can't sell it for more this and more than that? Well, Venezuela tried that and it didn't work too well for them, did it? If our legislators in the United States or any kind of regulators in the United States are looking at price capping as a means to keep inflation down, you better learn from the mistakes of Venezuela and take a look at what China is going to try to do and will most likely fail at. Going to move along here. Dutch chemicals firm pension funds buy golds for diversification. This is good. The more you see major mainstream type investment funds or vehicles or pension funds move into precious metals, that's a really good thing, folks, because these folks are not going to be buying ETFs or paper more than likely. These folks are going to make sure they have allocated gold bullion. I actually believe, if I read correctly, that some kind of pension fund in Texas, I don't think it's a teacher's pension fund, but a pension fund in Texas, major pension fund, police or somebody, I forget who it is, bought into gold in a big way. And I believe they also bought their own storage facilities for it as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone can do a YouTube search on that. Let me know what you find in comments, please. Let's move along to what I told you I was going to do. Dealer buy prices. And what dealers typically pay for certain kinds of products. I'm going to start from, now listen, a lot of you are going to say, well, you forgot about this product, you forgot about the Queen's bees, you forgot about the Australian kookaburras, you forgot about, I'm going to try to, I could make this video super long, but I'm going to kind of keep it down to the core products, what I call the most recognizable products in the industry. And my mantra has always been, for anyone that is buying precious metals, is to buy the most recognizable product you can for the cheapest premium you can. If you just remember those two things, you won't go wrong, as long as you're buying from a reputable source and the item is real. So again, what did I just say? Buy the most recognizable products that you can at this cheapest premium that you can. And I'm going to start out the video with silver first. Those recognizable products are going to be these couple that I'm talking about. I'm going to go over 4 products. And again, like I said, I know I missed a lot, but I'm going to go over the 4 main ones that are probably the most popular. Best deal out there, in my opinion, right now is silver 100-ounce bars. Now, I didn't tell you I was going to tell you what the dealer sell prices are, what my sell prices are. I went out and I took a look and I did an average, and I'm looking to see what dealers are typically buying this stuff to sell it back to you for. And this includes AppMex, JM, SD, and all the other big firms. So some people may not be too happy with me sharing this information and what dealers pay, the big dealers pay, and myself and other dealers pay. However, as I said, what they seem to forget is profit is not a dirty word. As long as their markup is not too high, and I haven't found their markups to be too high, some of these online guys, even though I'll beat their prices, I haven't found their markups to be too high. So profit's not a dirty word, and I'm going to go over what the buy prices are. Current buy prices for, and oh my gosh, look at that. That's gone up quite a bit. Current buy prices for 100-ounce silver bars. You will see wholesale buy prices as cheap as spot price plus $1.50, and I've seen buy prices, and again, this is a big spread even amongst dealers. Think about this. I've seen buy prices as high as $3.25 on 999 100-ounce silver bars. So the buy price, big spread there. Even on the wholesale level, there's a big spread in metals right now between buy prices. So if the dealers go out there and trying to buy silver at spot plus $1.50, spot plus even less than that, chances are he wouldn't find it. He'd have a hard time getting it unless he could buy it from the public that didn't, couldn't get more for it. But once a dealer starts paying up to that $3 and $3.25 level for 100-ounce bars, they become readily available. So the range is 150 to 325 in the wholesale level on 100-ounce bars here. Let me move. And again, you can't buy them for that. It's unlikely you can unless you find yourself a great deal or something. I'm giving you the wholesale prices. Why am I giving you the wholesale prices? I'm not afraid to do it to my local customers because what I said, profit's not a dirty word. All right, I don't mind. I make a small profit over what I have to pay for the stuff. Next product out there that I think is the best deal would be 90% silver. 90% silver to me was the best deal out there for quite some time, but not anymore. Don't ask me why. The premiums, well, I know why. It's just a shortage out there. There's not any of it to be bought. So that's why you're seeing the premiums go up. So the wholesale bid price, the cheapest bids I've seen out there are plus $2.50, the wholesale buy prices. The highest buy prices I've seen on silver is plus $4. So, I mean, again, big spread there, folks. Look at that spread. That's a $2.50 spread there. Holy smokes. Well, hold on. No, I'm sorry, $1.50 spread there. My apology. Between the between the buy prices, even with dealers, a big spread there. So I've seen buy prices again from dealers as high as $4 on 90%, and I'm sure those orders get filled pretty quickly. The more you're willing to pay, the more likely you're willing to get you're more likely you're going to get your silver. The smaller the premium you're willing to pay, the harder it's going to get to find. So the guys out there trying to buy 90% at spot plus $2.50, and again, I'm buying from other dealers, are going to have a harder time finding it. 90% being the second best deal out there out of the recognizable products. 1 and 10-ounce bars, whole different story here. 1 and 10-ounce bars, the wholesale price on 1 and 10-ounce bars, it looks like the bids are, the smallest bids are around the spot plus $2, right in that range, is what I've seen dealers offering to pay out on the dealer networks. For the faxes and all the big dealers that I know. And again, as I said, including the online dealers, I see their buy prices as well. And then it goes from $2 to $3.50. So the highest wholesale buyers out there at plus $3.50. And again, they're going to get their orders filled much quicker than the guys out there trying to bid $2. But that's a $1.50 spread just amongst the wholesale guys, folks. So I'm telling you, the product is really hard to find. And the problem with the 1 ounces and 10 ounces right now is there are people out there that have them. There are some online sellers that have them. They're probably getting anywhere from $4.50 to $5.50 or $6 over spot for them. However, it's very limited. Right now, the sources that I have for 1 and 10-ounce bars are telling me it can be anywhere from 3 weeks to 2 months for my order to get delivered. I'm like, well, gosh, that's pretty crazy. But these 1 and 10-ounce increments are very difficult to find. And as I said, the wholesale bid is $2 to spot plus $3.50. So that's if you can find them. I can locate them at spot plus $3.50 right now, but I'm being told that it's going to be 3 weeks to a couple months out if I even buy them at that high level. So it's crazy. The smaller the increments on silver right now, the harder it is to get. Let's move along to the next product here. Again, I'm moving in order of least expensive, best deal, to worst deal, and more expensive. And I think you all know where I'm going to end up. Not saying that those are the worst deals, but the premiums just suck on them. Maple leafs right now, what are the current wholesale spreads on these? Silver maples, $3. Look at that spread. Oh my gosh. Dealers are offering to pay as little as $3 over, again, from other dealers, a spot for silver maples, nice clean silver maples. And there's dealers out there willing to pay as much as $5.75 over for silver maples. I suspect if you don't mind waiting and placing an order and waiting a long time, you can probably get them cheaper than that. But if you want immediate delivery right now, I think the wholesale guys are going to be paying at least $5 to $5.75 over to get silver maples. They're lucky to get them at +3, I think. Again, unless they're delayed delivery. Again, I'd like the best deal here. It would be from this order. Best deals out there, 100-ounce bars. Next best deal out there, 90%. 1 and 10-ounce bars are a better deal, but availability is really not a better deal, but the next best deal. But availability is really tough on those. Do you want to wait a couple weeks with a reputable dealer, or a couple months? I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't think they're going to go out of business, but most people want their stuff now. Silver maples are not that cheap either, getting up into that $7 range, $6 to $7 range retail and higher. And here's the worst deal of them all, and my favorite coin too, sadly, is the 1-ounce American Silver Eagle. But look at the spreads on these things. Hang on, check this out. Silver Eagles, the buy price. I see dealers paying at least spot plus $7 for silver eagles out there, for nice BU silver eagles. So spot plus $7 is where the buy price is for silver eagles right now. I've seen dealer buy prices as high as +9. Wow. And for any of you Silver Eagles owners out there, you guys get a lot of Silver Eagles, anyone sitting on monster boxes or large amounts, watch tomorrow's video. I'm going to try to do a video tomorrow to tell you how to turn those monster boxes and all your Silver Eagles into more silver, make you more money. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. Not enough time to do it today. But no less, look at this spread on Silver Eagles, $7 to $9. And that's just the wholesale spread, folks. So pretty insane. Worst deal out there if you're a buyer, that's for sure. 100-ounce bars are the best deal out there if you're a buyer. If you can't afford to buy 100-ounce bars, or you want to buy smaller increments, 90% is the next best deal, where and when available. Let's talk about gold real quick here. Best deal out there for gold, hands down, are gold bars. The current gold bar dealer wholesale price, again, what it trades amongst dealers for, and I'm going to give you a range here, the low to the high. 1-ounce bars in cards, because it does matter to have that stupid orange card, or whatever card you're getting, Perth or whatever whatever mint you're buying. So it looks like the buy price from dealers out there is +10 to +40, and again, that's a $30 spread. Wholesale even. So there are dealers out there that are offering as little as +10 to buy, and maybe even less than that, but I'm giving you averages, to buy gold bars from other dealers. And then there's dealers out there that are paying as high as +$40 to supply gold bars to their customers. And again, that's what the wholesale trading prices are. Gold bars, as I've been saying for quite some time, are the best deal out there in precious metals. Better than the other products I'm going to show you here. Next best deal out there, I'd have to say, is Krugerrands, but the availability is a little spotty as well. The wholesale bids seem to be +40 to +65. So like a $25 difference there. The lowest bidders out there on wholesale are +40. The highest bidders out there wholesale are around +65. So that's what it's trading for in the wholesale range on Krugerrands. So that would be the next best deal. The third best deal in gold, or let's say the third worst deal, or the second worst deal. Let's say the second worst deal, because we're counting down, out there in gold. And again, I know that there's Queen's Bees and there's all kinds of other products out there I'm missing, folks. Please just understand I'm talking about the biggies out there, the four main products, or the primary products out there. So maple leaves, let's take a look right now, are, give me a sec, let's take a look. Where's my maple leaves? I'm on the wrong side here. Let's move this sheet. There it is, Maple Leafs right there. Spreads $40 to $68, so it looks like a $28 spread thereabouts, roughly a $30 spread. So wholesale bids are between $40 and $68 on the wholesale side. And that's, again, dealer buy prices only, what dealers are paying amongst each other. And worst deals out there besides Gold Buffaloes, I'm not even going to talk about Gold Buffaloes. I will actually. I'll give you the spread on that real quick. It's just insane. But right now, Gold Eagles, and look at the premium. Dealers are paying amongst themselves anywhere from 90 to 135 over spots. So that's basically $45 spread difference between the lower bids and the higher bids. There's a big spread there. Not a big spread, actually, if you think about it. When gold's near $2,000, that's not a huge profit range. Actually, not a huge percentage in any means. But gold bars are a better deal. So are maples for sure. But again, Gold Eagles plus 90 to plus 35. So there's a big spread right there. And then we've got. Excuse me, move this chair on. Then we've got. I told you I'd mentioned buffaloes in here, but I do not recommend them. Oddly enough, buffaloes, the buy prices can be anywhere between, same as an eagle, $90 over, and I think it could go up to as high as $150. Although I did see no high buys just because availability is really sucky on buffaloes out there. Not many available, but just because they're not available doesn't make them rare. It's just gold, folks. It's just silver. Buy the cheapest, recognizable, popular product that you can for the cheapest. Not the cheapest, buy the most recognizable product that you can for the cheapest premium. And I just showed you 8 of them right there. Platinum. We might as well talk about platinum because there are a few platinum buyers out there. I'm not going to go into the other platinum products, but by far, I think 1-ounce bars are the best deals in platinum. And where is my platinum? Right there. Take a look here. I wrote it down right there. 1-ounce platinum bars, the wholesale spread is $20 to $45, so about a $25 spread there. That's for 1 ounce. That's not in a card. That would actually be cheaper, but if they had the card around it, the spread is $20 to $45 on wholesale. And as I've been talking about here, for us, we generally work on $1 per ounce for our smaller quantities on silver, and then we'll work our way down from there. As I told you, profit's not a dirty word. So, for example, if a silver eagle cost me $9, I hate to use silver eagle as an example, but if this silver eagle cost me $9 to buy wholesale, and I couldn't buy them out there any cheaper. Where's my silver eagle? Oh, there it is right there. If it cost me spot plus 9, I couldn't buy them any place cheaper. My retail customers that are buying less than 100 ounces from me would be paying spot plus 10. So we work on $1 an ounce, and again, profit's not a dirty word. I'm not ashamed to do that. And as far as like gold bars, for example, we work on small quantities. Say it costs me plus 40 to buy it on the high side. And I got to order it right away. I know availability is right there. So on the high end of the wholesale spectrum, I have to go out and I pay $40 over spot to get these. On our small quantities in gold, I charge and make $45 per ounce. So they would cost you spot plus 85. Again, if you're buying larger quantities, I'll reduce the amount that I make. Profit's not a dirty word, and again, quantity really does make a difference when you're buying anything, not just gold, silver, and precious metals. Well, I really think that's about it. I'm going to go over yesterday's video real quick. I really can't go over the comments. It's just too much, and I didn't get a chance to really read over the comments. And it looks like mostly people just saying hi to me, too, and like my videos, which I greatly appreciate. What I will do is I'll blow it up here and kind of acknowledge and say, hey, thanks to you and you and you. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you all watching here. I will answer a couple of them here. Price of lumber food, well, dollar's dying. That's exactly true. Wink, it's working. 10 more got so. Okay, sorry about that. Trying to look for some stuff here that kind of relates to the show we're talking about. Kentucky did ask me, what is your thoughts on the Basel III? Supposedly this will kick silver to the upside regardless of the economics of the world. I believe that's supposed to be true, but the idea that Basel III is supposed to fix COMEX and fix LMBA. I think it's smoke and mirrors, actually. More and more I think about it, it's kind of like, U.S. regulators saying, oh, we're going to go and we're going to fix COMEX, or we're going to make sure that they don't cheat, or they don't manipulate the price of silver, or they actually have the silver to cover their contracts. That ain't going to happen. They may make a big fuss that they're going to go in there and do a bunch of stuff, but it ain't going to happen. But again, let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see if the Basel III actually works. I don't have a lot of faith in regulators, truthfully. Thanks for watching, Kentucky. Tiga-kun, Hammer again, 1820 now. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday too. Thanks for watching. And pilchards are great bait. Someone else that's a fisherman down here. Yep, we use them all the time. I caught sailfish on pilchards, so everything eats them down here. And if you're wondering what a pilchard is, it's in the video on the Deerfield cam from yesterday. Let's see. Sarge says there are over 1,000 patents for silver uses. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday as well. That silver could be considered a strategic metal, possibly. But if it was a strategic metal, what would they do? Cap prices, and how would that end? It probably wouldn't end well. We know that price capping doesn't work well in free economies, and even non-free economies. People find a way around it. So Sarge says there are over 1,000 patents for silver uses. Absolutely. Not many people know this, but silver is used in hospital masks and used in operating rooms and stuff because it's anti-bacticide or something. Germs won't grow on it. And they use it in bed sheets. I'm told it's impregnated in bed sheets as well. I don't know how prolific that is. But yeah, it's used everywhere. This is really cool, and I do remember this, Sarge. It is rumored that there's a monster box worth of silver in every Tomahawk missile. Yeah, I remember reading that years ago. I'm glad you brought that up, and I believe that is true. Again, because they don't want connections. You know, silver is great for conducting electricity, pretty much fail-proof, other than gold, which is more expensive, and silver is more corrosion deterrent than other metals. So yeah, that makes complete sense. So what, 5,000 or 500 monster box, 500 ounces is oh wow, it's quite a bit of money. It's about almost what 20 grand, man. Okay. Could the Fed and Treasury value gold and silver to put us back on the gold standard? I don't think so, Nitro. Dude, you called them out. Hey, sometimes I just let it slip there, Mike. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Dr. Dog says, does PSLV will flash crash? You know, I don't know, sir. I don't even understand it. I own PSLV, and again, if you watch my video, I was quite disappointed with it, but it was my own fault, and I fully admit that. But will it crash? Who knows? I'm a physical guy, and I better just stick with what I know. People like my colorful words, and Ashley likes my curse words. Oh, thanks for watching, Yas. And the rest of you folks, thanks for watching. Silverstalker, thanks for sending your friend to the store. I hope to see him today. Make sure you tell him to mention that you sent them. I appreciate it. And if I can end this video on anything, I'm going to say buy local, spend it here, keep it here, whether you're buying tires, jewelry, vitamins, clothing, whatever it is. Hey, man, try to keep it local, even if you have to pay a little bit more. And even if the guy's grumpy, you know, or the people that are selling it to you are grumpy and not so nice. Try to keep that money local. It's really important to spend money locally, especially in these times. Community is going to become very important to all of us. You know, saving $1 or $2 buying it from out of state is not helping you at all. Even if you think you're saving a few bucks, really, ultimately, you're just sending the money out of your area. Not good for you, not good for your family, not good for your friends. So buy local, spend it here, keep it here. And as I said, I will beat Atmex, SD Bullion, JM Bullion. They're good, reputable companies. That's why I bring them up, and that's why I said I'll beat them, because as a smaller dealer and local guy, it's not hard for me to do. And I recommend if you don't live in my area, you find someone that does, and ask them if they can beat or meet. And even if you have to pay a little bit more, do it. Trust me, it's worth it. Well, that's it. This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Call me anytime at 954-493-8811 between the hours of 10 and 4, Mondays through Fridays. Happy to help you with whatever you need, give you the best deal of the day, and get you started. Thanks again for watching. Talk to you tomorrow, folks.